This video shows how myMeta can enhance the user experience on a SuccessFactors performance module. In particular, the form is placed in the second phase of the route map, at Manager Evaluation phase. Within this step, the manager has to evaluate the ratings of his/her collaborator. By default, the page is very long and the user has to scroll down in order to reach each goals and competencies section. It was possible to configure these features by using the Build module of myMeta. The form appears with its default visualization. Users have to scroll down in order to reach the different sections present in the form. As the intention of this video is to show how myMeta can apply different UX to the form, the Enhanced UX button was placed at the top right corner of the page. When clicked, it activates the different view provided by myMeta. User clicks on the Enhanced UX button and the related functionality is triggered. Every section of the form now has a different look and feel, as concerns the graphical and logical features of user interactable elements. A navigable and interactive dashboard has been added to the right of the form. This dashboard displays every goals and competencies section, a to-do list that represents the pending tasks, and the action buttons, cancel, save and submit, that were moved into the dashboard from the page footer. The submit button is disabled, as the user has not filled out every mandatory field yet. Once every section is properly completed, the submit button will be automatically re-enabled. The page has been given more colors and sensible organization. Below the dashboard, it is possible to see an interactive analytics panel that the user can navigate in order to check for statistical data. By clicking on the goals blue box within the dashboard, the panel shows each subsection related to the goals, and the page is automatically scrolled to the related section. The user can decide to edit each rating by selecting the evaluation directly in the dashboard. myMeta functionalities are automatically updating the rating within the form. The same goes for the second competency. Now that every rating of the goals section has been filled out, the dashboard displays the section completion, removing this task from the to-do list. The user begins to edit the Shift Triggers section by operating from the panel. The first two ratings are properly filled out directly from the dashboard. User evaluates the third rating with the below expectation rate. In this case, the logic provided by myMeta requires the user to enter a mandatory comment in order to provide feedback to the lowest score selection choice, meaning that myMeta functionalities are able to enhance the logic of the platform itself and add mandatoriness to each desired field. As soon as the user enters the comments, the Shift Triggers section results properly filled out. The Shift Triggers section has been removed from the to-do list. Once the last section, People Manager Final Evaluation, is correctly completed, the Submit button, within the dashboard, is re-enabled, giving the user the possibility to send the form to the next step. Now, let's focus on the Analytics panel at the bottom right part of the page. How is it possible to insert this component by using myMeta advanced functionalities? By opening the myMeta console panel at the left side of the screen, it is possible to configure the Build module. This module can provide advanced tools in order to change the look, the aspect, and subsequently the UX of the page. This is the Analytics dashboard box, and it corresponds to the functionality that allows to insert the Analytics panel within the page. A box is a small package that allows the code to execute actions when a specific condition occurs in the page. In this case, the condition refers to the presence of the dashboard panel. That means that once this element is found within the page, myMeta will execute the action described below. The action that is going to be triggered, once the dashboard is found, is the insertion of the Analytics panel. In this second example of a build box, the action is triggered each time the page loads, and represents the insertion of a CSS graphic code. Now, let's try to add a new box by clicking on the Add Box button. By clicking on the Add button, it is possible to add a trigger for this box. The Build module provides different triggers, each one representing a specific condition. There are several actions that can be triggered, from modifying the HTML code of the page, to simulating users' actions such as click on a specific element, or the automatic completion of a field.